Hey, what are you guys doing? I asked the soldiers who were destroying my door. They yelled, "Come out of your house!" After that, they started shooting and attacking me with stones and bullets.
Really, too difficult to practice any type of journalism or to be even a critical thinker in a country like this.
In our history, this is the worst time that we are going through right now in Burma.
Myanmar is located, they like to say, on the crossroads between India and China. Myanmar for the longest time was like North Korea, like just shut off from the world. Nobody really knew what was going on in the country, and a country at war with itself since independence in 1948, when it received independence from the British. The country is known as the country with the longest civil war, which erupted in 2021 after the military staged a coup. My name is Adam Bema, and I'm the English managing editor at Democratic Voice of Burma. I was living in Yangon at that time. It was November 8, 2020, was the second free election they were allowing in that transition to democracy period, and Aung San Suu Kyi won even more seats. So then, as they were about to take their seats in Naypyidaw on February 1st, 2021, the military decided to not allow that to happen. Because their parties performed so poorly, and of course they've done so much to tarnish her image and to spread disinformation about her specifically and about the National League for Democracy Party. Unfortunately, the voters don't buy it. I mean, I've never seen bigger protests in my life. Basically, every citizen was out on the streets demanding the military return to the barracks and allow Aung San Suu Kyi and the National League for Democracy government to continue, as they were just about to take to the parliament for their second administration in February 1st, 2021. But sadly, the military decided, no, we're going to hold it, and we're going to actually use violence against the protesters and shut that down. There's no freedom of expression, there's no freedom of press inside the country. They've continually arrested people, journalists, and people who've expressed their sentiment for democracy online. They've continually jailed and sentenced them to long prison terms just for speaking out against the military coup. Once you're arrested, there's no way to gauge what happens to you until you're released, and then you can share your story.
My name is Aung Kyaw, and at the moment I'm in Norway working with DVB.
The Democratic Voice of Burma was founded in 1992. It is a shortwave radio station broadcasting from Oslo, Norway, into Myanmar in the Burmese language, sharing news and information. Since then, it has grown into becoming a television broadcaster, which serves the country every day with news and information. Since the military coup in 2021, DVB was banned. It was one of the several that were banned right after the coup, because DVB is known as the public broadcaster and the Democratic Voice of Burma. I mean, it's in our name. So, of course, the military shut down the signal to DVB television and started hunting DVB television reporters.
The afternoon before I was arrested, I broadcasted live, which was quite embarrassing for the army. I live-streamed how the army brutally beat people and took their money. So they came to my house with 7 military vehicles at night. And after that, they stopped their cars in front of my house and smashed the CCTV cameras installed inside. Then they started breaking my doors, trying to open them, trying to get inside, to me. I began to realize that they were going to arrest me violently. And that's what they did. They arrested me. And the soldiers in the car beat me with sticks. From that moment onward, I was in pain. The situation in the Myeik prison was very difficult because political prisoners were targeted. They were not only tortured by the prison officials, but also by the criminals.
These soldiers are always very intoxicated while they're doing this kind of thing to people to try to extract information or whatever they're trying to do. But yeah, there's been many stories like his, not just journalists, just like regular folk who, you know, in a small village somewhere run afoul of the military. They say something wrong or do something wrong and they end up in an interrogation center. And these things are a daily reality in the country since the coup.
They sentenced me for 2 years. So I was thinking about my wife, and especially my daughter, and I really missed them. But after 8 months, they unexpectedly released me. And when I received the information that I would be released, I was so happy to meet my daughter. After I was released, I ran to my daughter and embraced her. Together with my family, we had to flee through the Myanmar border into Thailand. It was only after I arrived in Thailand that I was treated at an outside private clinic for the injuries I sustained during the interrogation. On the other hand, I am sad because there are many more who are still imprisoned, and most of them have done nothing wrong.
My hope and my belief is with the people of Myanmar. You know, they're some of the most resilient people on earth. The fact that they've had to go through this, not just this time, but of course in the past, you know, just being in awe of how determined the people are to once and for all get rid of this military, because as long as the military exists, there's no way there's going to be democracy in the country.